Welcome back to Unapologetic Exotical content, where lace gets peeled, edges get revealed, and the truth comes in with a 6-inch stiletto and zero apologies. Shout out to her, that supporter, who said, "Can you please make a video about unambiguous women aligning with RuPaul girls because they're being misgendered too?" Baby, when I tell you I had to pause, sip my water, and prepare the roast pan, this is the video y'all didn't know you needed, but you're about to eat up. So, let's start with the Cosplay Crisis. Apparently, according to Chrissy's channel and an episode of T. Madison's podcast, unambiguous women are now saying they don't want to relate to trans women because they, wait for it, are being mistaken for men. Oh, so y'all just gonna openly admit what we've been whispering since 2009? Y'all said it yourselves, your features are being masculinized. So you basically confessed in HD 4K that people think you look like men, but then want to swing back and say, "We're not masculine." Sis, you're arguing with your own jawline at this point. Now, T. Madison didn't miss a single lash glue fiber when she said y'all are the main ones being transphobic, but you're the ones getting clocked the hardest. Clocked like a 9 to 5 shift for looking like men in a synthetic wig and a size 13 heel. And let's be clear, not all trans people are gay, but the way unambiguous women react when their masculinity gets mentioned, baby, it's like someone told them their EBT card declined during a wig sale. Every time I see one get pressed, I just imagine a lace front lifting under pressure like it's trying to evacuate. Now me and my mom, we can clock anything. My mama will squint and go, "Wait, is that a man or a woman?" And I always know because I got the gift. My gaydar is built like a government drone. It's accurate and unstoppable. And let's be honest, gay men were friendlier to me than women ever were because women stayed too jealous to even sit next to me, let alone support me. One of my gay friends even grabbed a handful of my cheeks once. Don't worry, the back ones. And I'm convinced he was bi-curious. But let's not get it twisted. The community can still hate. Anyone can be a hater, even a sparkle-wearing tongue pop professional. So let's circle back. Unambiguous women are saying people treat them like the RuPaul girls. Sis, that's because people perceive you the same way. You got the tragic makeup, check. Big backs and broad shoulders, double check. That chalky undertone foundation that makes you look like a Victorian ghost, check. And jawlines that can slice brisket, triple check. Even your skin tone gets read as more masculine, which Chrissy literally admitted, but somehow still claimed y'all aren't masculinized? Sis, pick a struggle, or two. We'll wait. And then Chrissy tried to say it's because they're tall and wide. Ma'am, if that were the only issue, volleyball players would be getting misgendered left and right. Stop playing. Nikki Tutorials was literally cosplaying as a woman, and no one clocked it until she told us. And she got a soft voice. Meanwhile, some of y'all sound like you gargle motor oil in anxiety. Let's be real. Y'all don't just look masculine, you sound like you're auditioning for Fast and Furious 12, lace front drift. And they still got the nerve to get mad when people say they're bald-headed. Yet we've never seen y'all real hair, not even once. Y'all out here looking like men's teammates, then get mad when men treat you like the backup linebacker. What did you expect? You think they're gonna pick you when they can't tell if you're gonna take them home or tackle them? This ain't about coddling your feelings. It's about cracking open the delusion like a busted lace front in humid weather. Instead of owning your appearance and leveling up in your lane, you try to deny every single thing that's true about you and invent this new, fake version of yourself. That's not confidence, that's narcissism. Y'all hate yourselves so deeply, you had to build a whole new identity from scratch, like a busted Sims character with a lace front and a victim complex. Chrissy said, the average unambiguous woman isn't being misgendered. Ma'am, lies. That's why y'all keep screaming for validation like it's a BBL Groupon. Men are literally running away, and not in slow motion. They're sprinting, hurtling, leaping into other countries. And here's the gag. Some trans women look better than unambiguous women. That's facts. I had a man tell me that to my face. I was like, whoa, pause, don't tell me that, don't do that. But he was speaking straight up facts. and I mentally added him to the community after that. But he was still right. That's the part that stings, huh? Y'all always mad that people confuse y'all with the RuPaul girls, but the truth is, y'all have been the starter pack. Y'all trained these men to desire drag-coded aesthetics. Lace glue, contour, overdrawn lips, padded hips, exaggerated everything. Y'all walked so they could vogue. Now you mad the student became the master? Y'all created a version of femininity so performative, so artificial, that the lines got blurred. And now you want to blame the girls who simply perfected the act you've been rehearsing since high school. Sis, you don't get to train the taste buds and then get mad when someone else becomes the main course. Let's talk white men real quick. The white men y'all cling to? A lot of them might be on the down low because the ones they pick out of your crew often look like the cousins of RuPaul. Be honest, most straight white men prefer women who actually look like women. But y'all get chosen by the very few ones who are 2 swipes away from joining the girls, and you call it a win. Girl, that's not a dub, that's a decoy. Chrissy said y'all should stop using RuPaul's style so y'all won't be confused for men. Girl, you looked like a young boy in the face since preschool. Y'all had teachers putting question marks next to M or F during roll call. And I do agree with Chrissy that some are doing the most to look hyper-feminine so they can pass. Because they want men too. Y'all mad the RuPaul girls are winning in your lane? Because you trained these dudes to like you and now they're leaving you for the remix. I've been friends with the men in that community and felt that silent jealousy. The way they looked at me with natural beauty, like I cheated. I didn't need to contour my skull into femininity. It was already there. So when I show up soft-faced, glow intact, edges moisturized, they felt out of place. That's why they reach for the unambiguous aesthetic, because it's easier to cosplay than it is to actually compete. And let's talk preferences. Chrissy said unambiguous women aren't allowed to have them. Baby, that's because y'all are at the bottom of the ladder below some RuPaul girls, and people feel like the audacity jumped out when y'all try to be choosy. Let's be real. If you look like a linebacker in lashes, you might want to sit out the pick-me draft. She said the difference is that unambiguous women don't have a peen, supposedly. But let's be honest, no one's really sure. Not until the lights are off, the wig's on the nightstand, and somebody's squinting like, wait a minute, because when you look like Debo in a dress, anatomy becomes a mystery thriller. Let's be real, how would anyone know if you have? Peen until it's too late. You get with a man, he thinks you're in the community, then finds out you're not, and he dips. That's not a preference, that's a panic response. These men can't even tell what team you're on until the box score gets revealed. Oh, and I know people have called me a RuPaul girl before, because I don't show my voice or face, but guess what? Some of y'all show your face and voice and still get clocked. Some trans women sound more feminine than y'all ever have. Let's talk about it. I stay hidden to protect my edges and keep my kitchen moisturized while y'all out here bareheaded with a bitter heart. Chrissy goes on to say that the RuPaul women are putting themselves first, and it's time for unambiguous women to do the same. Girl, y'all been yelling self first like it's a personality trait. Meanwhile, nobody's checking for y'all in the first place. If everyone was already putting y'all first, why you gotta keep screaming it like a church solo with no mic? Main characters don't need a reminder, they just get chosen. And and let's be clear, Chrissy's femicide stats? Not quite accurate. Black femicide is higher in total numbers. Trans homicides have higher rates but fewer victims overall. For example, if 10 out of 1,000 trans women are killed, and 100 out of 100,000 black women are killed, black women die in higher numbers. But trans women are in more danger proportionally. That's how math works. And then Chrissy goes full disrespect and calls them biological men. Listen, I don't agree with everything the community says or does either, but what I'm not about to do is disrespect someone's identity when they've told you how they want to be addressed. That's why I started dragging y'all with bald eagle jokes, because y'all been flying off the handle since 2007 and deserve all the smoke. T. Madison said y'all look similar to RuPaul women, and y'all do, period. Don't get mad at the mirror. Y'all call yourselves biological women, like that's gonna erase the confusion. But if you look like Debo from Friday, That little snapper don't mean much to a man's brain. Men are visual. They're attracted to faces, voices, hair, skin, body, symmetry. If you look like you play defense for the Jets, they're not going to want to build a family with you. They're going to want to challenge you to a push-up contest. And that's the truth. You have survived another dose of unapologetic exotical content. Shout out to her, that supporter, who sent me this juicy tea with a side of lace glue. Stay glowing, stay knowing, stay unbothered, and stay ready, because this kind of delusion deserved to get dragged by the chin strap.